Hello Gemini, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for being here. I appreciate your time and your energy. And if you're new here, welcome. Let's see what the universe got for us today. This reading is going to be for January 2023. I also want to say a special thank you to all my subscribers. Gemini, we have the Six of Wands, the Two of Swords, the Knight of Wands, the Five of Wands, lots of wands. Okay, Gemini, here with the Six of Wands, there's celebration, right? You accomplished something. You were victorious. You were the winner. Celebration. For example, you go to war, right? And you won, and you come back and you're celebrating, right? You're celebrating that you are alive and that you gained something, right? But right after that, life keeps going. There's always a new thing, right? There's always the next thing. And this is what I'm saying, like wow. Like sports, let's say sports, right? Every season there's a champion. And what's next? Well, next season, right? And after that season, someone's gonna become a champion. But then what's next? Well, the next season. And like that, and on, right? That's the same with life. Even when you lose. If you lose, what's next? Well, the next thing, right? Even though, let's not focus on the losing part. Let's put that to the side. Even though it's part of life and it happens, let's put it to the side. Right here, we're celebrating, right? But even after celebration, there's always the next thing. What's next, right? Well, here with the Two of Swords is that decision, right? It's almost like, you're done celebrating, or in a way, let me say something. Every single day, it's a good opportunity to celebrate. If you wake up, that's one reason to celebrate, right? Let's celebrate that we are alive, first of all. And we can do that every single day, at any given moment. At any time, you can be like, wow, I'm so thankful I'm alive. Even, I'm gonna say it right now. Gemini, I am so thankful to be alive right now. It feels incredible, right? Well, right, let me keep going on with the reading. You're done celebrating here, and maybe you don't finish celebrating. As you celebrate, you're like, okay, what's next? The next thing is coming. And there's two things. Either I'm gonna do this or I'm gonna do that. Here with the Two of Swords, you have decided, right? You have decided. And the traditional tarot, it's a bit different, but this is what I'm reading right now. The next thing, you have already picked it. You're throwing one away, right? I also see that you are, in a way, following some guidance. But all of this is your connection with the divine, right? With your angels, with your ancestors, with whoever you have that connection with. You trust this connection. And I feel like you've been utilizing this connection for some time now. This is why you trust it the way you do, and this is why you have the connection. This is why you continue to have that connection. So you pick something, right? You pick the decision that you have to make. And like I said, Gemini, again, right? It's like with this Knight of Wands, it's like going back again to war, right? Going to a different one, right? Look at this. Here's where you come back from war. This is when you are celebrating. You're like, oh my God, I am so thankful I'm alive. I'm so thankful I was successful. I'm thankful, right? Everything went well. Everything went to my favor. But again, like I tell you, just like life, right? Just like another season, right? And it's incredible because if you really think about it, all sports are like that. And I don't want to get into that because it's almost like a rabbit hole. You just go in there, you can just keep talking about all of it. But I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna use it as an example, right? Whether you win or you lose, in this case you won. But what's next? There's always something else that's gonna keep coming, right? As long as we are alive. And here it's almost like you're preparing yourself for war again. It's like, all right, time to go back again. You know, you get your stuff, you prepare yourself. Mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, you're like, here we go, right? Back again, it's like to the next thing, whatever it is. Let me give you an example. Let's say you were like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna do school for this amount of years until I get this degree or whatever I need to get. I'm gonna do it until I get it. Boom, and you throw yourself in there, right? You go to war. You're like, you're in war with. You are at war. Why am I saying that? Because you are at war. You are. With yourself, with getting up, with studying, with doing the work, with paying attention, we keep doing it, we keep going. Right? Day after day, year after year, semester after semester. Boom, you accomplish that. You graduate. You achieve that degree, whatever it was you were gonna get, right? You get it. But then you were like, okay, what's next? Right? There's always something next. There's always another thing. There's always a next step. Nothing ever stops. Nothing. Life does not stop at all. And because of that, we cannot stop either. We are life. We gotta keep doing. We gotta keep, right? So it's almost going back to, right, you finish that degree, you're like, what's next? Well, for example, it could be, well, I gotta search for a job now, right? Or I gotta do this and that to be able to achieve what I actually want. You know, getting the degree, it's one piece of it, but I need this and I need that to get what I actually want, the big picture, right? We're like, okay, I'm doing what's next, and I'm gonna keep going, right? It's almost like you come back from the desert into your little town, your city, your home, whatever it is, right? You celebrate, and then you're like going back to the desert again. I need to go get this now. I got that already. I need to get this now. And with these 501s, it's almost like you run into someone or some people, right? You run into a group of people. Now, I can't quite tell what this is about, right? This is why we're gonna clarify, Gemini. You know, this is beautiful because it's the truth, facts, right? Nothing ever stops, right? Nothing, because, for example, if you're an artist, right? I'm gonna use this as an example. If you're an artist and you finish a portrait, man, it took you a while, right? It took you a while for you to finish that, and it's beautiful. It's like, wow, like this is my best piece. Like I've never done this before, and it took me so long and a lot of effort, energy, and focus and detail, and boom, right? Finish it. But then you're like, okay, like, you know, a day, two, a week, for some a month, right? Even a year. You're like, wow, like, I mean, this is what I'm saying. It could be from a day up to years where you're like, okay, what's next? I need to do my my next piece, right? But this time it's almost like you're not gonna try to do like less than what you did. Well, to whoever I'm speaking to, right? I feel like there's certain people that I'm speaking to that you're trying to do something crazier than what you just did, right? Something better, something different, but right? I'm speaking as the artist, right? For those who are artists, and it's like putting yourself, it's like going to war again, and you know, maybe I shouldn't use that example of war because it's not necessarily putting yourself a war. You know, a lot of times it's just it kind of is like war. So I'm gonna keep that, you know, because it is. It's a battle. It's a battle, you know. You could be halfway and be like, like you can just be like, I'm done with this, right? And throw it away and squish it and boom, I didn't like that. That was a bad, you know. Or you could just be like, you know what, like I got this, and I'm gonna keep going. And, you know, I didn't like this here. Let me erase it and let me do it again. And like, you know, it's a battle with yourself. Okay, let's do the 6 of Wands. 6 of Wands. We have the 5 of Swords. Gemini, take a look at this. 5 of Swords, right? You won. I'm telling you, victory. Celebration. You're celebrating that victory. For the artist, you're celebrating that piece of artwork you just did, that masterpiece, right? You're celebrating, like, oh my God, I did this? Yes, you did, right? If you finish that degree, oh my God, like, man, it took long, it took a lot of effort, it took this, it took that, but I won, right? I won. Look at like this warrior right here, this man, his sword, look at the sword. The sword is broken, you know, like it took effort, it took a lot of strength, it took like, right? It took a lot for you to get there. For example, a war, right? I disagree with wars. I'm against wars, but this is just an example, right? A war, like you gotta put your life on the line, right? It can get violent, like, right? It can get dark. It can get super tough, like. But you won. You were successful. You did it. What is this 2 of Swords, Gemini? The Magician. There it is. Right? And Gemini, I just want to show you. Here is with the 2 decisions, right? You pick one. Right? We're clarifying it. Look at the Magician. Right? With the baton in the air. Ready to create. You're like, this is it. Well, I had 2 options. You know, both of them could have been good. Both of them could have been for your own benefit, like to push you forward, to maybe you even need both, but you gotta do one at a time, right? So you're like, oh, this is easy. I'll just do this one first. Boom. So you start doing it. You start creating, you start manifesting, you start doing your magic, right? And what is that? What's all of that? What's creating? What's, you know, putting pieces together? What's manifesting? What's taking action? You getting out there, right? You getting out there again. Pretty much going to war again with yourself, with whatever, with these obstacles, right? And fighting for what you want. What is this Knight of Wands? Knight of Swords. Yeah, it's a man. It's almost like every little thing you achieve, Gemini. Every single time that happens, it motivates you more. It's almost like it makes you more hungry, right? It inspires you. It pushes you forward, big time, right? And it should, because, for example, if you come back from battle and you won, right? You're like, you know what? Well, let's say you have 5 battles, right? You have 5 battles. And winning those 5 battles is gonna win, like, let's say, a war, right? Like a big one, a big chunk of something that you're trying to achieve. I'm using terrible examples because this is literally what happens in real life, and it sucks. It sucks why people need to do this with other people, but let's not get into that, Gemini, alright? Let's stay here. This is just examples. You gotta win 5 wars. 5 battles, I'm sorry, right? I hope I'm not confusing you. 5 battles. And you go and you win the first one and the second one, right? But each battle it gets harder. The first one you won, it's like, okay, like, wow, I did it, I survived. We got 4 more to go. Boom, you throw yourself. Boom, you're like, you won the second one, but when you come back, you're like, oh my god, like I almost died. That was so hard. That was so difficult, but I did it. It's like there's no way I'm gonna keep going. I gotta keep going, right? So every time it gets a bit more difficult. Every time it gets more risky. Every time you get closer to dying, right? But every time you gain momentum, every time you gain strength, every time you're like, oh, like you just gotta do this. We gotta keep going. We gotta do this, right? So it's almost that inspiration. It's almost like you gain motivation. Wow. Because it's that energy of a warrior, Gemini. Male or female don't matter. It's that energy of a warrior. Like we have to win this. My life depends on this. We have to do this. And you go out there with guts, with all your heart, right? Again, even if it's just to research a job after finishing that degree, even if it's just sending applications, right? You put in your heart and all your motivation and inspiration to do this, to get this done. You're like, like, look at this. This is the representation I'm getting. Look at that. This is how you're going at those obstacles. This is how you're going at that next battle. This is how you're going for your next thing. I love it. What is this 5 of Wands? Now this is the one I wanted to know a little bit more, because I can't really tell what this is. What is this 5 of Wands? Strength in reverse. Ooh. This is what I'm getting, Gemini. You have so much strength. You are so powerful. You are fearless. You are passionate. Oh man. You are so powerful, Gemini. You are so strong. Other people are fearing you. Other people fear you. And not in a, like, in a toxic, negative way like that. It's almost like they feel this strength. They feel it. Right? It's like individually they can even come. It needs to be a group. They need to come as a group. Individually, like, they can't handle you. Right? And it's amazing, because even when they approach you as a group, you stay at peace. You stay confident. You show your strength just with your presence. Just with your presence, people can sense your strength, right? And by that, other people fear it. Other people are like, wow, like, you know, it's almost natural, Gemini. It's natural, right? When when you know someone's stronger than you, right? In whatever way, in any shape or form, right? When you know when someone's stronger than you, naturally you like step back. You're like, whoa, like, right? You recognize, you sense it, and seriously, naturally, people is like they put the guard up. You know, they sense something like that, and they put their guard up, like they fear it, right? They see it as danger. That's the word. Yeah, they see it as danger, right? Let's keep going, Gemini. But you know, I'm gonna keep going. You know why? Because what I'm trying to say is that nothing's gonna stop you. How can they stop this? How can they stop this? You come from achieving something, from victory. You're going for your next thing. Nothing's gonna get in your way. But you see, people will try to get in your way. No one else, nothing else. People, the human being, will get in your way, will try to get in your way, especially in groups. It's like cowards. Like, we're not gonna focus too much on the negative, you know, Gemini? But I love it though, because you're not giving them any reaction. You're not giving them any explanations. You're not giving them your energy. I just see you there, like listening, right? Just hearing them out and being like, okay, yes, yeah, sure. I'm gonna keep going with my thing, right? But it seems like they're trying to trap you. They're trying to trap you, and they can, because look what they're trying to do. This is in reverse, by the way, showing me that they're not strong. They don't have strength, because only weak people get in groups to try to stop someone else. Look at this. They're trying to do this. They're trying to handle a lion. A human is trying to handle a lion. Come on, you can't do that. Impossible. Let's keep going, Gemini. Let's do one of these for the Six of Wands. This celebration, right? Preparation. Oof. I love that. Because you see, every battle, obviously you had to go through every battle for a reason. And every battle show you something, or is going to show you something. Every battle gives you a lesson, right? And with every lesson, that's where you gain that preparation, because now you know. With every lesson, you learn something new. And when you learn something new, you just know it for the future, for whatever comes in the future. So it's almost like you're just preparing yourself with every battle, with every success, even with the ones that you are not successful with. But here, I only see success. For the two of Swords, we have guardianship. Oof. You know what I'm getting with this? Your vision. You are guarding guarding your vision, right? Also, that connection with the divine. You are protecting that. It's like no one's gonna break this connection. It's impossible. I'm the only one that can stop that connection with the divine. I'm the only one, and I'm not gonna do that. Instead, I'm gonna protect it. I'm gonna protect these visions, these dreams. I'm gonna protect everything that I'm trying to manifest into my life. I'm gonna protect it, and I'm gonna nurture it. What is this Knight of Wands? Introspection. Oof. And what is this talking about? It's talking about your next step, right? introspection. It's like going within and being like, okay, what do I really want? What do I really need to do? And then taking action. It's like going in first and then doing everything, right? It's beautiful. Wow. This is a powerful reading, Gemini. What is this 5 of Wands? Purification. I feel like it's what you need to do whenever this happens. Whenever people try to get in your way, whenever people try to bring you down, whenever people try to pull you back, right? Whenever people are trying to trap you. Purification. And that's exactly what you're doing. How? By not reacting. By not observing those negative thoughts and energies, vibes, right? By not identifying with those negative people, by staying calm, by staying at peace, right? By not allowing yourself to get mixed with all of that, by staying clear-minded, right? Open-minded as well. Like that. Gemini, thank you so much for your time, your energy. I hope this helped a little bit. See you next time. Bye.